Like Toby, many of our young people suffer from surges of anxiety even in safe settings. Anxiety and depression are the most common mental health struggles among youth, constituting some 40% of all diagnoses among those ages 10 to 19. But unlike Toby, many youth's fears are not resolved in an effective or timely manner. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that a full 13 to 20% of children ages 3 to 17 in the United States meet criteria for a mental, emotional, or behavioral disorder in any given year, their symptoms severe enough to warrant clinical attention. The story is even worse for teens, and young women and youth from marginalized identities appear to be particularly suffering. In 2019, suicide was the second leading cause of death among adolescents, with the highest suicide rates among women of all races, Black youth, and young people identifying as LGBTQIA+. And intersections of these various identities can combine to amplify these vulnerabilities. Rates of suicidal ideation and behaviors among transgender youth are especially alarming. Since 2019, the elongated COVID-19 crisis, ongoing struggles for racial justice, and worsening climate emergencies have presented new mental health challenges for everyone, but particularly for youth. One large, nationally representative analysis in the United States found higher depression symptoms in people of all ages during the initial pandemic lockdown than before, with a more than threefold worsening of depression symptoms in general. An analysis of all available studies on mental health symptoms in college students in the early aftermath of the pandemic revealed significant increases in depressive symptoms in American, Canadian, and European students. Blame for this mental health crisis among youth has been laid at the feet of changes in parenting practices, of greater willingness to discuss and diagnose mental health symptoms, of economic and social developments that lead to wide disparities in life opportunities, and of everyone's darling scapegoat of the moment, the smartphones in their pockets. No matter what the cause, we need solutions. But no one can agree on the best approach. Major stakeholders argue over whether we need greater care and concern or, ironically, less. Whether so-called coddling might in fact be driving up rates of mental health problems. Despite these troubling statistics and lack of understanding or consensus regarding causes and solutions, adolescent mental health is not well studied and does not receive adequate research funding. It is not just depression and anxiety that are on the rise. You also can't escape news of college campuses embroiled in moral outrage and anger, feelings and events that are painted with very different brushes depending on who is delivering the news. Some voices claim these students are acting in righteous civic engagement, unwilling to suffer inequity any longer and eager to make change in their worlds. Others claim these students are pampered from birth until they no longer can tolerate challenge to their ideas, that well-meaning people are losing their jobs after sharing their thoughts on Halloween costumes, that respected academics can no longer feel safe being invited to elite campuses without being possibly pelted with abuse both verbal and, at times, physical. This cauldron of fear and sadness and anger might be less worrisome if these negative emotions were tempered with equally high levels of positive, arousing experiences. After all, isn't youth the heyday of the blood? Don't we expect our young people to be running on high emotion all the time? But dismayingly, there are also signs that our youngest generations are also running low on hope and high on burnout, and too few of them are regularly engaging in healthy, rejuvenating activities. In a viral article about millennial burnout, journalist Anne Helen Peterson reflects on the ill effects of being raised in a freelance culture where everything from employment